Here's a Mind for Math Book of Acts. Let me just flip through it for you. It's set up just like the other ones. There's some scribbles in it from my editing. So excuse those. So, okay, day number, and then there's like a little topic note at the top. And then there's something from the reading that day. So from Acts 23rd, they were getting together 200 spearmen, 70 horsemen. So these are word problems using the spearmen and horsemen, some addition, some subtraction. And so we start with A, and all the kids will have these questions in their workbook. And then you keep reading through the lesson. You just do it together and read through the lesson. And when you get to B, A won't have these anymore. They'll be finished. After that point, I send my younger kids to like go work on math facts or something, use flashcards or something when they're done their math, but the older kids are still going. But then the B questions will be in the C and D workbooks as well. So in their workbook, it'll just be this question part. Like this part here is just in your book. You have the answers, those are the things in bold, and then, you know, sometimes I'll have things worked out for you. So this is all worked out for you, it's not in the kids' workbook. Okay, and then on every 5th day, it's a review day. So everyone has their own workbook. You don't read them a lesson that day. But in your book you have what their questions are and their answers. So everyone has their own. Excuse me. Everyone has their own pages that day. And then at the end of the year, the main curriculum ends at day 140 with the regular lessons, and so does the math book. But the student workbooks go all the way to 180. They just kind of like review days. Everyone has their own pages to do. They can work independently, and that's a good time just to work on mastery. Just be doing problems. So here's a review week from the middle of the year. They just have their own pages in their workbooks, and you have their answers in your book. So just flipping through, it's, you know, covering the same materials as same topics as the other years of math. Coins, clocks. I do things differently. Here's long division. I use mental math techniques for a lot of the math. It's just the technique that I use. I think it makes it easier. And then towards the end of the year, I kind of introduce the traditional way, and you can show your kids the traditional way as well. But I suggest you let them use the method in the book at first. You know, just try something new, especially if your kid is struggling with math. Let them try this new method. You're adding the place values together. You add the thousands together, the hundreds together, the tens together, the ones together. And when you do that, then all of a sudden you're adding all these zeros, and zeros are easy to add together, and it just makes it seem so much easier. So some geometry. That was elapsed time problems, I think, about how long Peter was in jail or something. So we'll work some with negative numbers. Similar to what's in Easy Peasy, but there are some different things. In Easy Peasy they don't really work with negative numbers, but I do that here just because of the method I teach for subtracting. Instead of borrowing and things like that, I use negative numbers. Anyway, it's like the other years of the curriculum. So I hope that gives you some ideas, and I hope you have a great year together, and I hope it helps your family.